What's up? What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? What's going on out there? Salute to the fam. I am here. I am in the building at a respectable time, man. That's because my Cowboys ain't doing nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It is the homie, Mainman Mademan, in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, it is an honor and a pleasure. I repeat, an honor and a pleasure to be on here with all of the boxing fam and the boxing fans. It's Sunday night, so you know what that means. It's our time now, man. What's going on out there, fight fans, man? Well, they are fighting yesterday, you know what I'm saying? I'm still recouping from yesterday, man, up all night watching all the press conference stuff, man, and it was a great night last night. Gervonta Tank Davis defeats Leo Santa Cruz, amongst other fights that went down yesterday. We got the Monster NUA beating Jason Maloney yesterday. Monster keeping his pound-for-pound claim alive, stopping your man in the 7th round with a straight right hand down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? All day. Salute to the fam that's up in this joint, man. We got Muhammad Ali in the building. What's up, fam? Bruce Goes, what's going on? Stallion, what's up, man? Hey, did I say a mini Mike Tyson? All day, fam. All day. And I'll be right in front of y'all in a minute, man. You know what I mean? All day, though, dog. All day. And we're going to talk about Tank's performance last night. Absolutely. Most importantly, what I want to cover, I want to talk about old salty Bill Haney. What's up with Bill Haney being all salty out here in these boxing streets? Every time I turn around and I look at the Haneys, all I see is a bunch of salt. It's like every time I look at these dudes on TV, man, it's like my blood pressure going up. Always salty, you know what I mean? Now they crapping on Tank, and we gonna get there. We definitely gonna get there, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, but I don't know about y'all, man, but Halloween weekend, I know, a lot of people don't celebrate Halloween. I was brought up to not even really celebrate Halloween. But the thing is, one thing I do look forward to during Halloween time is a good-ass scary movie, champ. I like to sit down, maybe even scare my lady, scare the old lady, you know what I'm saying? Keep her up all night. Good scary movies, you know what I mean? A lot of people can't even take it, not even in their adult years. They be like, yo, I be having nightmares. I be like, what? Get out of here, man. But I love scary movies, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to figure out, like, where all the good ones at? What happened? Dog, it's like if you ain't talking about nothing from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, scary movies today suck, bruh. Ain't nobody got no more original ideas. I've seen Halloween 17, you know what I'm saying, for the 20th time. Like, there is no more original ideas. You got to get better. You got to do the next Friday the 13th, the next Halloween. We don't want to see Friday the 13th, part 25. Come on, you know what I'm saying? So I was like searching for something good to watch, man. Man, it was like, yo, I took it back to the nostalgic times, man. Y'all remember the Creep Show? Thanks for the ride, lady. You know what I'm saying? And all. And we went back to the 80s and the 70s to find some good horror flicks, man. Today's ones suck. You need some better creative minds out here, man. Real spill. Now, let me get right here in front of y'all, man. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to this boxing, man. Can't wait to break it all down. You know what I'm saying? So, Gervonta Tank Davis, we're going to start right there because I want to save the Deontay Wilder stuff for next, man, because got a lot to say about that. I'm going to tell y'all straight like this, man. I'm very, very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed in the response that I'm hearing from Deontay Wilder. And we're going to get there, but, man, I didn't cover that video at all yesterday. Usually whenever Deontay Wilder come out with something, I'm on it. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, after I sat down and I listened to that joint, man, then I listened to the interview that he did over there on 78 Sports TV. Salute to 78 Sports TV. And I'm like, man, I'm not feeling it, bruh. I'm not feeling it, man. And y'all know I rock with Bomb Squad. We gonna get there, though, man. But I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Real spill. Tank shot was beautiful, says Muhammad Ali. All day. Let's listen to a little bit of Tank's post-fight press conference and see what he had to say.
I just said I'm bringing him down. He was tough, so he trying to play it off, but I seen that I would bring him down. I like the 4th round, the 5th round. Guys are just. I like one at him a little bit. I seen that I would bring him down.
Seemed like he tried to respond right in the round where you got him.
Yeah. He was trying. It was the Mexican fight back.
He says that he noticed that he was breaking him down. I hear a lot of people who critical today. They saying that Tank got touched up a lot. And I tell people that, you know, in certain fights, we all know this as boxing fans. As in certain fights, some fighters don't have to use everything in their toolbox. A fighter may just want to use what gets him through that fight, that opponent, that style that's sitting right there in front of him. People are like, yo, Tank got touched up a lot. Almost, we was a little shaky, thought he was going to get outboxed by Leo Santa Cruz. But I say to you, if you think Tank ain't got feet, you tripping. The one thing that Tank goes on and talk about in his press conference was pace. Most importantly, pace. How Floyd kept talking to him about pace. If he would have did too much overly moving around the ring, not knowing if Leo Santa Cruz was going to come with that usual volume, but what would have happened down the stretch? I think Tank fought that way because that was the way the game plan was set. Stand right there in front of Leo. Let's see if he's willing to fire off, and you're going to counter him all night. And he made Leo honest. Punch output came down. And see, that's what I'm saying. So when people say he got touched up, oh, he got touched up. I hear Bill Haney, he's a one-punch fighter. When y'all saying that stuff, you got to remember he did not use everything, all his God-given talents. You go back to some of Tank's earlier fights, and you look at some of the tools that young man got in his body that he ain't even used. The head movement, the reflexes. Are you tripping? The head movement is even a lot better than what I seen last night. We've seen Tank's head movement much better than that. The head movement, the upper body movement, the feet, the cut. Tank got those abilities. The fact is, against Leo, straight up and down Leo, who just want to throw a bunch of punches, I ain't got to do all that. And I'm going to take the win out of his sails. And I'm not going to overexert myself. Good thinking. Good thinking by Tank.
Guys, just wait for the microphone, please. Marcos, we're going to wait for the microphone, please. Go ahead.
Were you worried because you knew when you connected, you knew you walked out, you knew you'd hit that punch where it knocked him out, but were you worried? Because he did stay on the ground for a little bit longer.
Yeah, so once I hit him, I seen that how he was falling, and then I returned because I knew he was out. But once when I was on the rope and I seen that, I turned back around, see he was on the ground. That's when I was like.
That's good sportsmanship. Tank says that he wanted to go check on him to see how he hit the ground, So I think that's very good sportsmanship. I mean, he did hit the man with an uppercut from Hades. So when he hit him with that, instead of running over, dancing around, he said he seen how he feel, and we all seen how he feel. That man felt like a bag of change, bro. Like he just, all life just came up out of him. He said, yo, when I seen how he feel, I had to run over there and check on him. You know what I mean? Good for Tank, man. I want to get to the point when he's talking about pace.
I'm glad he okay.
Go ahead, Jake. Don't worry about it. Go ahead this one. We're going to get another chair up there.
Hey, from the phenomenal fight start to finish, walk me through the fight.
I want to say the first couple rounds I was a little cold. I want to say because there was shots that he touched me with that I ain't supposed to get touched with. But I started warming up. I started settling down. I started listening to Roy, my coach, and things like that. So that's basically what happened. Once I started settling down, you know, it's a lot of pressure, so you wanna get off and things like that. So I looked at Floyd. Floyd was telling me like, just calm down, like we gonna get him. You know?
That's it right there. Calm down, and you gonna get him. As you can see, he started to speak about pace. He started to say, you know, he said I started out cold, and yeah, I got hit with some shots I shouldn't have been getting hit with. He says it was cold, him being cold. Remember, he been in the ring, last December? From I recall, last December was the last time Tank was in the ring. So he says I was a little cold, had a little ring rust on me. I tend to think that, yo, you just was fighting in a flat-footed style with that high guard. Of course you wasn't going to do much more. Of course you was going to get touched up. You was willing to ditch out counter shots that was harder than what you was getting. But yeah, you're going to get touched up standing in front of him. But he says, you know what? I started out cold, and I knew not to overdo it. It was all about pace. Listening to Floyd, it was all about pace. And that was the key going into this thing. Pace. Pace. So that's good stuff by Tank Davis. He got a lot more to say. Y'all can check out the press conference, man. He got a lot more to say. Matter of fact, we'll do one more. Let's see, a little bit more, and then we're going to move on.
So, but me, I'm so anxious. So once I get in there, I'll be trying to get at him. You know, so but it's all about learning. I'm learning how to slow my pace down through the rounds and things like that.
Question over here.
He says he likes to come out hard. A lot of people criticize Tank Davis, and they say, well, Tank, he comes out swinging too hard, too fast, too much, and he kind of tires out and he wears out as the fight goes on. He's telling you the one thing that I'm learning, and as a learning process, and one of the things that Floyd Mayweather has put inside me is to know about pace. That's one of the things that he is missing. And that is one of the things he does need to keep under control. Not going out there trying to take out dudes because he does got that God-given power. But he need to pace himself. You're going to meet opponents that are very agile. You know what I mean? They can get out of the way of some of your punches. What you going to do? You going to keep swinging for the air? You going to turn and you act like this boy's in the hood? Is that what you going to do? Swing at the air? No. You got to slow it down. You got to pace yourself. And that don't always mean you got to be flat-footed and stand in one place. The crazy thing is, we know that the fights that's being lined up for Gervonta Davis is Ryan Garcia, and that's pretty much, I think, is the next fight for Gervonta Davis. We know Ryan Garcia is a fast, speedy fighter. I got DJ Zion Love in the building. I got Denise Ward's in the building. Salute, Queen. Salute. Tank didn't respect Santa Cruz's power. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Ruben Valentine says, yo, man, Tank, Ruben V says, Tank put the defibrillator into boxing with that punch all day. All day. It was an amazing punch. And he was throwing it all night. It just was a matter of time before it landed the way it did. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, I'm just glad he walked away learning about pace. Because like I say, Ryan Garcia, speedy fighter, lots of speed, hit the bag faster than you've ever seen anyone hit a bag before. Bags don't hit back. Bags don't hit back. But Ryan Garcia, the heavy bag champion, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of speed. And I look at Ryan and I say, yo, Ryan, you be whipping them left hooks, boom, boom, boom. Y'all see his workout videos. You know, y'all see his social media. Boom, 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 throwing all them punches all fast. Bags don't hit back. But when you see Ryan in a fight, you never see that type of blazing speed. But what happens when Ryan's going to feel power coming back between those punches? Does he get gun shy? Is he ready for that moment? Does he get gun shy if he feels the power of a Gervonta Tank Davis? That's the question. See, all that speed don't impress me none when you're dealing with such a dynamic counterpuncher. I mean, I'm just saying. And if you're going to be moving, you ain't going to be sitting on them punches. You're using that speed and keeping it moving. It might just be a matter of time. What y'all say, fam? It might just be a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? All day. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. When we going to see him against those opponents, I see he can make an adjustment against a come-forward Mexican fighter. That's literally the only style I've seen him against. That's facts. This is the growing. This is all part of the process. I mean, give it time. It's still early. We got time. I mean, he just arrived. You know, as you see in my title, Tank has arrived. He's just arrived. This was the one. If you got a problem with anything Tank did before this, if you didn't give him credit for Pedraza, if you didn't give him credit for, what's the other little small dudes he brought up, man? I forget half their name. You didn't give him credit for those fighters. You got to give him credit right here. This is a 4-division champion. 3 that I give him credit for, but 4-division champion. Man got accolades, and Tank is only 1 fight removed from the class. So we can run around and say it's a weight thing, and don't get it twisted. Because I'm going to tell y'all something to all of the Gervonta Tank Davis fans. One box that Tank has yet to check is fighting an elite 135 pounder. That box ain't checked. I don't mean like nobody that's like half. No, I mean a Teofimo Lopez style type fighter. Tank always has kind of had like little issues with his fights. Like he's always either pulling someone up, or in this case, he's meeting them down there. You gotta take an elite fighter from your class while he's elite, not someone on his way up. Not someone on the way down. I mean, someone who is there and established. And you got to beat that guy. That's the box that got to be checked. I do not deny that. And Tank Davis, y'all got to, Nation, y'all got to understand that. Tank Nation, y'all have to understand. He still has to be an established guy at the class. I mean, there's a lot of smoke up there. Like I say, Ryan Garcia may be first. And people may say, well, why Ryan first? Well, needless to say, the hype train is moving. The hype train is rolling. The hype train is choo-chooing. Y'all know the reason why he choosing Ryan Garcia first. Ryan Garcia's out here on social media. He like, look, I'm gonna sign the contract. Just send the contract and I'm signing. I ain't even gonna look at it, he said. He said, I ain't even gonna look. I'm just gonna sign it blindly. Everybody go to Tank Davis's, social media and bombard it down with send Ryan the contract. Ryan is ready. Ryan, you got to test to show everybody, though, champ. We want to see what you do against Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell is starving right now. Luke Campbell crashed into America, didn't have the success that he thought he was going to have, thanks to Jorge Linares, you know what I'm saying, thanks to Vasyl Lomachenko. And now he's got to try for the third time around against young Ryan. Well, this dude, he is supposed to have came in boxing with momentum. He's an Olympian. So he's looking for that glory. And he knows that this is the last opportunity, young Ryan. What you going to do? You're going to have a starving fight in front of you. A starving one. May not be the greatest talent in the world, I don't think. But he's still a starving fighter. And he's going to test the resolve of young Ryan. And I'm dying to see. Because if you ask me today, if you put Tank Davis in the ring with Luke Campbell, then guess what? I say Tank sleeps Campbell soup. Sleeps him. Knocks him out. Now, with young Ryan, I don't know. Maybe he'll do one of his heavy bag drills on him. I don't know. He is the heavy bag king. I don't know. So maybe he goes in there and he gets the job done. If he stops Luke Campbell, statement heard loud and clear. Now you are making the Tank fight even bigger. You're doing your part, young Ryan. You're doing your part. You ain't just on social media doing the latest challenge. You know what I mean? Because you are the heavy bag king. You know what I mean? You ain't doing your heavy bag thing. You know what I mean? So let's see you do it in the ring. It's the time. It's time. The time is now. And for people may say, well, what is this for? It's for popularity reasons. It's for raising profile. It's to make this person or the winner of this fight the most attractive pay-per-view fighter. But at the end of the day, fight fans, a boxing student as myself, I understand that if you look at throughout the times of boxing, through all weight classes, there's always that one or two you have to have in these divisions that are very, very attractive to generate big buzz and big fights. Someone is have to take that lane at 135. It looks like it's going to be Tank and Ryan. Ryan is the 12th most marketable athlete, allegedly. That's what they say. So they got the popular lane. They are the attractive fighters. Now, everyone who fights them is going to be a big fight. Young Teofimo, he up there. He made his way. Salute to Teo. But unfortunately, as great as a thing that Teo did, and I know people may say, man, you tripping. As great as a thing that Teofimo did, and I take nothing away from Teofimo, great performance, the whole nine. Tank's popularity still may surpass him because he got Floyd. Tank is still going to be the most popping fight at the division, even without all the belts, because he got Floyd, who's going to keep him popping. Now, Teofimo is good at keeping his name popping, too. Don't get it twisted. But he ain't got a Floyd. He ain't got a Floyd. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Ruben says, yo, man, Leo isn't a 12th ranked defender, of course. He is going to get hit. Leo did not come to dance for the first 7 rounds as others have. Exactly. Leo stood his ground, and Leo tried to get full extension on his punches. That's what he tried to do. And I told people, man, if you go back to my breakdown leading into this fight, I broke it down perfectly. Allow me to break my arm, patting myself on the back, because if you go, I broke that thing down perfectly, champ. Perfectly. And Leo did exactly what I expected him to do. He wanted to get full extension on his punches. He knew fighting up on Gervonta Davis wasn't going to work. He had to put some hurt on Gervonta Davis. And he couldn't do that up close. He needed to take that step back. He needed that jab to be working. And he needed that right hand to be landing perfect at range. And that's what he wanted, tried to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what he tried to do. Denise says, I still want to see Tank fight Loma. I still be down for that fight. Loma ain't out the picture. I don't know where he fits in the picture. I will have to sit down and think about it while eating a steak dinner. But he's still in the picture. He's in the picture somewhere. It's just the young boys, the inmates are running the asylum right now. That's all that is. All the inmates are running the asylum with the exception of Devin Haney. Let's get the Trill Bill. Let's get the Trill Bill. Trill Bill is what they call him. What they call him. Hold on, y'all. We gonna get to this. Bill funny cat, man. I like Bill Haney.
The one-shot Ersky.
That's all he was living on the whole night.
Tank the one-punch fighter. Who said that?
Shot the whole night, the uppercut.
Somebody said Tank the one-punch fighter. The one-punch fighter.
Right.
Bill Haney, ladies and gentlemen.
Fight height. What it is. Come on, man. Somebody was telling me poor Tank during the fight and all that kind of shit. And then I heard, wow. Come on, man. Now, they cannot be telling us that that's the best fighter that ever lived. Floyd talking about that guy. Come on, man. He held up 2 belts tonight. A belt at 130 and a junior belt at 135.
I'm gonna stop right there.
No way.
I think that's all he's gonna say.
Now, November the 7th.
All right, no, we're not doing that. Bill Haney, ladies and gentlemen, calling Gervonta Tank Davis a one-punch fighter. He always got something to say. You know what I mean? Always got something to say. Got Lil Devin facing Yorkis Gamboa coming up in November. That's what he was just about to tell everybody, right? Got Lil Yorkis Gamboa fighting Devin Haney. You know, the thing about that fight is funny. You know, we criticized Tank when he fought Yorkis Gamboa, right? We had everything in the world wrong to say about that fight. And this is the one schematic that's being overlooked about the Gamboa situation. When Tank fought Gamboa, that was his very first fight at 135, meaning that I'm getting my feet wet. I'm taking an old crafty veteran to get my feet wet. I ain't used to this weight class yet. I never fought up here before. This is my first fight here. So give me a crafty veteran to see what this weight class be like. As for Devin Haney, the difference is I've been here. This is my weight class. I am established in this weight class. I've been fighting here for quite some time, yet I'm still facing Yorkis Gamboa. You see the difference? The night and day here that no one's talking about? This was his Tank's warm-up. But this is your, like, career. You know what I mean? This was Tank getting his feet wet. This is, like, the greatest thing that ever happened to you in Yorkis Gamboa. Funny. You know what I'm saying? Funny. So I'm just saying, man, like, you know, you facing Tank leftovers, but being real critical. Real critical. You know, just come out and say, you know what, man? The young man fought it. He fought well. Great shot, great punch, great uppercut. You know, I'd love to see him in a fight with Lil Devin. And it is what it is. But to have to come out a one-punch fighter, who he fighting, he holding up 2 titles in 2 weight classes, you know, all of that extra jazz. It ain't necessary, champ. Ain't nobody say all that when Lil Devin was running around with Floyd taking pictures. You know, the pictures was floating around out here. They thought they were making Tank mad and all that. But Tank was training, putting that work in all day. But then, you know, Lil Devin, he got pictures floating around on social media. Yeah, I want everybody to see me. Me and Floyd, we hanging out. I'm in Floyd's house, y'all. I'm running around Floyd's house in skates. You know what I mean? I'm eating Skittles and I'm running around in Floyd's house in skates. And he wanted the world to know it. Tank was training. Tank was putting that work in. Tank was working on getting 2 titles while you sitting around skating around Floyd's house. I'm just saying, though. Calling out Gary Russell Jr., bluffing against Gary Russell Jr., bluffing, and skating around Floyd's house. And then now talking salty instead of just giving credit what credit is due. That's how they do. Them Haneys are something else, man. Them Haneys are something else. We love you, Devin. It's Trill Bill that we looking at like, man, what you doing, bro? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Now, as for Gary Russell Jr., Sorry, fam. As for Gary Russell Jr., y'all see Gary came out and he had some words for Gervonta Tank Davis. And Gary Russell Jr. is letting it be known, Shawty, it can go down, and don't try that against me. All that you doing against Leo Santa Cruz, it don't work. Let's listen to Gary.
I jump back like I'm back, y'all. I ain't been on this show in a minute, man. There's been a lot going on, personal issues with Pops and everything else. But I had to come on this jump after the fight last night. Tank, shorty, I want you so motherfucking bad. Floyd was scared before the 6th round. I'm letting everybody know this shit now. Because Leo was actually doing it. Leo had a good little game plan. He just couldn't stick to it. He's not defensively sound. Leo not defensively sound, so he's able to get hit with wide-ass, loading up-ass shots like that. I'm a real dog, Slim. When I was watching that fight, all I was doing was licking my motherfucking chops.
You hear me, though?
All I was doing was licking my chops. Hopefully after this motherfucking fight,
Tell him, Gary.
Floyd grow some nuts and say, you know what, fuck it, we'll fight Gary.
All day.
We'll fight him. Because I don't want nobody else but you. Fuck a Leo.
Oh.
Fuck a Leo. Yeah, I bet Floyd did tell him to wait. Floyd had to tell him to wait. They better do something. And I'm still on his ass. Everybody doing this talking about somebody duck Devin Haney. Ain't nobody duck no motherfucking Devin Haney. They said the bullshit of his contract. Term sheet that ain't make no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? And they already was agreeing to a date that they already was locked in on. They was already in training camp for that date. That's how that shit works.
All right, y'all hear Gary. If y'all want to see the rest of the video, check it out. It's in Mainman Mademan's boxing form. I'm sure y'all can find it on YouTube as well. That's Gary Russell Jr., the latest, another one that's looking for the head of Gervonta Tank Davis. Everybody wants a slice of Tank now. Everybody wants Tank. Now, Gary, to Gary's credit, he's been calling out Tank. This ain't nothing new under the sun for Gary Russell Jr. The thing is, I did it to look out for Tank, honestly, building up towards this fight. But I deliberately did not speak on Gary Russell Jr. going into this fight. Because everybody knows that both of the fighters that were involved in last night's fight are both Gary Russell Jr. ducks. Let it be known. Miss me with it, Tank Nation. Miss me with it ain't a big fight. Miss me with it. There's a huge fight. We got 3 states over here, D.C., Maryland, or Virginia. You choose one. We got arenas everywhere, any size you want. Big, small, medium, large, extra large, extra large, whatever you need, we got it. If you think you can sell out the big arenas, then bring it. Simple, because everybody's showing up. Whole DMV, everybody. Everybody from the streets to the corporate to the politicians, you name it. This is the most powerful city in the world. Facts. I live in D.C. The most powerful city in the world. You should have bought it here. Don't tell me, Tank Nation, that him and Gary Russell Jr. will not be a big fight. Because I'm going to tell you tripping. And you come out here and you ask the pavement. You ask the curb. And they'll tell you, yeah, we down to see that fight. Baltimore show up heavy. You might got to get some police up in that joint, but it is what it is between Baltimore and D.C., but it is what it is. It'll be a big extravaganza. And Gary Russell Jr. has been hunting Tank down for a minute. We all know that. As well as Leo Santa Cruz, his actual rival. And I would love to still see Gary Russell Jr. face Leo Santa Cruz. They got beef, man. They got history. They got a rivalry. It don't end just because he loses. No, it ends when you two fight. That's when it ends. It don't end because he lost to Tank. No. Guess what? You can still go back down to 26 and get that ass beat by Gary Russell Jr. all day. Don't stop. I still love to see it. I'd pay for it. I really would. Only because I've been wanting to see it for so damn long. You know what I mean? But Gary wants smoke. Gary wants smoke. And that ain't nothing new under the sun. Of course, this call will go unanswered. Floyd will act like he don't hear nothing, don't see nothing. Gary who? Gary what? Oh, we didn't hear. Well, we ain't rushing. We ain't rushing. He 33 years old. He got to fight. We ain't got to fight. We going to take our time. We going to sit back. We going to think about it. That means no fight. That's the type of crap you'll get from Floyd when it comes to Gary. Gary ain't no yes man. Ain't no yes man. Floyd can't shut Gary up. And Gary gonna keep on this. I'm gonna tell you straight like that. He gonna keep on this. He ain't gonna let this go because Tank the man now. Tank got shine. Everybody want that shine. You see the Haney's throwing salt on the shine, but Gary want to take the shine. Ryan Garcia want to have a heavy bag contest. I don't know why. He just do. But the fact still remains is Gary Russell Jr. has been hunting this down for a while. And I'm dying to see if something can materialize ever between Gary Russell Jr. and Tank. I seriously doubt it. Tank has been to Gary's fights. Tank has been in Gary's gym. For those who don't know, Tank knows the family. They know Tank very well. They knew Tank before Tank was Tank. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to understand something. Tank know these people very well. He know the younger Gary, Antoine Russell. Know him very well. Shakur Stevenson, know that whole family very well. You know, the thing about Gary that's confusing me, though, is that Gary, you have to decide on a target and then push towards that one target. Bro, if I go over the last few weeks, if I was to do a video about Gary, I would have to include so many fighters. 1 week, he was calling out Bud. Then he was going at Devin. Then he's telling everybody he still wanted Loma. Then he said there was going to be a filling of Javier Fortuna. That never showed up. Then I hear he was going to go back to 26 and defend that belt. I don't know if that's going to happen. Then I'm hearing now, just 2-3 days ago, he was calling out Miguel Berchelt. And now here we are back around to Tank. So my thing is with Gary Russell Jr., bro, you need to find a target and stay with that one target. We back you on it, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no problem. Just let us know who the target is. You can't keep switching the target, though, every week. And it got me looking like I'm beefing with everybody in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in boxing gonna be mad at me. Like, oh, you taking up for Gary over everybody. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying, like, bro, pick a target. Because it's like you're moving the light all over the wall and got us chasing the damn light, bro. Pick a target, any target, and we down. We got you, man, all day. Just let us know who the target is. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Hey, Horn Jr. says it's too risky. I guess it is. Yeah, it is a risky fight. Gary Russell Jr. is one of those fighters that will just wreck the whole machine. And he's the type of fighter, if he was to beat Tank and take all that prestige off Tank, man, PBC would never forgive themselves. They will be so mad that they did that fight. It's like the Regan Diao syndrome. And speaking of Regan Diao, we giving Monster NUA a lot of praise. And I don't take nothing away from the Monster. But how long is the Monster going to keep acting like Guillermo Regan Diao doesn't exist? We going to keep talking pound for pound. I get it. Rigo don't got a belt. He got a what? The WBA regular, I think it is. He don't got a belt. I get it. And he going after the other champions. Cool, square biz. But when it comes to talent, if you ask a lot of folks who is one of the most, if not the most talented fighter at the class, they're going to say Guillermo Regan Diao. You fought Nonito Donaire. Why not Rigo? Politics kind of hurt that right now. Bob Arum is scared of Guillermo Regan Diao. That is Bob Arum's boogeyman. Literally. Because Guillermo Regan Diao will probably beat the Monster, and then Bob Arum will have a huge problem on his hands. Because he's got a fighter he can't sell, and the Monster just got beat. No one's talking to him no more. No one's checking for him. He ain't on nobody's pound-for-pound list no more. And Bob can't run that risk. Welcome to Boxing 2020. You know what I'm saying? We about to move on, man. What's up, Pete Newell? My brother's in the building. What's up, fam? I ain't even see you there, man. Monster did look good yesterday. He did look good. He delivered a straight right hand down the pike, man. Special delivery. You know what I'm saying? Special delivery. It landed right on the button. So salute to him, man. Salute to him. So good thing by Tank yesterday, man. You know, I just wanted to kind of heat it up a little bit with the Gervonta Tank Davis talk, man, before we pivot to the next issue here. But Tank Davis, man, he's the man. Look out for hopefully a fight between him and Ryan Garcia. All he got to do right now is chill out, go on vacation, go to Disney World, whatever you want to do. Just chill on out, you know what I'm saying, and look at the landscape. You got belts in 2 classes. Ain't a lot of fighters has ever did that. Floyd Mayweather was one of them. Sugar Ray Leonard was another. And I think I want to say Henry Armstrong. But I know for sure Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd Mayweather, they both held titles in 2 weight classes. And I want to say Henry Armstrong. I really do. I just got to look up some dates to be 100. You know what I'm saying? But Monster is not in pound for pound. A lot of people got him pound for pound, Pino. I got him pound for pound. I got him, I mean, as many divisions as he's been through, a 3-division champion. Unified, you know, he's beating everybody they putting in there in front of him, and he's did a lot of it convincingly. Some of it he got touched up on, I will admit. But, yeah, I got him up there, man. I got him up there. A lot of people believe him to be a hype job. I don't know. Real soon. I mean, it's hard to get a gauge with a lot of smaller fighters, but I'll know real soon if he keep on avoiding Guillermo Regan Diao. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. All right, fam, let's move on to the next issue here. And Well, don't need no notes for this. Don't need no notes. Don't need to know nothing. Just gonna go straight from the gut with this one. You know what I mean? The Deontay Wilder video. My main man, Bomb Squad. My main man, Bomb Squad. My main man, Bomb Squad has released a new video breaking his silence. Y'all see it on the channel. And, I mean, don't know what to make of it, fam. I don't know what to make of it. I'm very disappointed in Deontay Wilder with this response. I'm gonna be 100. I'm 100% in Deontay Wilder's corner. And y'all know it. Anybody who been rocking with me, y'all know I rock with Bomb Squad all day, and it don't change. But today, that response yesterday threw me for a loop, champ. Threw me for a loop. I got Stormy B-Man in the building. Salute, family. What's up, man? What's going on, man? Armstrong did hold multiple championships at several classes simultaneously. Oh, facts. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you. I knew I wouldn't. I just wasn't sure if he had dropped one before he had started doing that. But thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, so there you go. That's some prestigious company to be in for Gervonta Davis. Floyd Mayweather, Henry Armstrong, Sugar Ray Leonard. That's some damn prestigious company to be in. You know what I'm saying? But back to Deontay Wilder, man. And like I said, y'all, I'm not cool with this. Now, I heard the video. And we can, matter of fact, let's cue up just a little bit of it if we can. And, you know. The
Bible tells us that silence is golden. But my ears can still hear and my eyes can still see. The Bible also tells us to be swift to hear and slow to speak. You see, what you don't understand, thief, what you did is what my people deal with all the time. Someone cheating them from providing their greatness into the world. But it's a burden that we cut off only to make us stronger. I saw in the first fight where Ricky Hatton was pulling down your gloves to put your fist in the improper position. Y'all tried the same method the second time, but this time you scratched flesh out of my ears, which caused my ears to bleed. It's impossible for a brand new 10-ounce glove to bend, to keep a smushed in form, or to have loose space. I highly believe you put something hard in your glove, something the size and the shape of an egg weight. Here's the reason why the side of my face swelled up in an egg weight form. And it left a dent in my face as well. But in the midst of it all, you still couldn't keep this king down.
It's the music that's killing me,
Had to kill me. In the end, it took a crab in a bucket referee and a disloyal trainer to throw the towel in just to stop me. Proverbs, the 6th chapter, 30, 31st says, excuse me.
Proverbs, you know. Look, man. All right, look. Let's make some sense out of this. All right, now, this is the problem. I'm talking to a specific dynamic here. I'm sick of this left or right thing. People got this thing, right? Especially here on YouTube, where if you're not this, you got to be that. If you're not that, you got to be this. You got to be. So we got people on one side saying, well, this is, you know, Wilder got cheated. You know, Tyson Fury is a criminal. He's a crook. He's the worst thing that ever stepped into a boxing ring. The man cheated in 2 fights. He took Deontay Wilder's good graces and he cashed in on it. Bop, bop, bop. And then I'm like, well, with y'all, I'm not all the way there, man. I'm not all the way there. I can't say that, bro. Some of this stuff is on Bomb Squad too. And then I look to the other side, right? And it's like, oh, well, you know, Deontay Wilder, he was never that good. He was never that great. We showed it. He proved it. He's making all of these excuses. He's making all of these lies. He's excuses. He's this, he's that. And I'm like, I'm not with y'all neither. I don't rock with that, bro. I like Bomb Squad. I like what he stands for. Most importantly, yo, man, that man is not the most skilled heavyweight in the world and reached the highest heights in boxing. How many people you know can do that? Something special about him. So I'm not all the way with y'all neither. So where am I at? A Deontay Wilder fan who likes Deontay Wilder but don't want to hear jack crap about Glovegate. Where am I at? I guess I'm in my own lane. I guess that's what it is. I'm going to tell you straight like this. Let me run y'all through my evolution with this situation. Now, remember right after the fight, all of us were brokenhearted. Everybody was down in the dumps and down in the ashes. People were walking around like zombies, like we didn't know what just happened. The American heavyweight champion has just been dethroned in devastating fashion. We were all devastated. We all felt the pain of Bomb Squad in one way or another, if you revere your American heavyweight champion. So we all were there. And then next thing you know, from these ashes and from the dark and the smoke, you see little smoke start rising up. And it's like, what is that? And then there's a dude walking through the darkness. I think they called him Pharaoh or something like that. And he says, you know what? I got the answer. And it spread it like wildfire. And everyone started going around with these conspiracies saying it was the gloves. It was this. It was that. It was this. It was that. It was the costume. It was all of these. I'm hearing all of this and I'm like, look, I'm not taking nothing away from Tyson Fury. That ain't how I know about the fight game. And if that happened, it is what it is. We moving forward. No, that's not right. That's not right. All right, cool. So it forced me to say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it for myself. I don't need some unknown cat walking through the darkness who's never talked about boxing a day in his life to tell me, Mainman Mademan, what's going on in the sport that I love. I don't need him telling me. I'll find out for myself. So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I go into my own little research closet, if you will, and go looking for what I can see. And I'm taking everyone's argument into account. You know what I mean? The first fight, because I had to get mixed up from the first and the second fight. I had to break all that, decipher all of that. One, the gloves was up too far. The other one, it ain't up far. It had weights in it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I went through all of that crap. You know what I mean? And I deciphered for myself. I say, look, the one thing that I can say for certain, and this, everyone took this and they ran around YouTube with it and they misconstrued it. I say the one thing that I can say for certain, I can say that Tyson Fury did something. I can't tell you exactly, but I can just tell you he did something. If I had to use from what we've been knowing about the sport, the fight game, and what we've been knowing about gloves in general, there's always been a problem with horsehair gloves because they can be broken down prior to the fight, which will allow your knuckles to start going through, or they will break down during the fight. With sweat and all of the banging up, the horsehair redistributes and it breaks down during the fight. So I don't know, 4th, 5th round, of course you'll start see knuckles piercing through horsehair gloves. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, yes, if Tyson Fury snatched the camera out of the wall and he redistributed the horsehair, that is very possible, fight fans. And that's where I came to. But guess what? That's not illegal because boxing is infatuated with horsehair gloves because they're great for knockouts, which means they're great for ratings, but they're terrible for boxer safety. Did a whole video on it. And so I say at the very least, fight fans, I know for certain, I've researched the pair of gloves that Tyson Fury was wearing, and they are horsehair gloves. That means that they can be broken down, but that it's not illegal, unfortunately. And so I say, well, that needs to be addressed in the sport of boxing. Everyone heard the video. And then I got people coming back to me acting like it's a conspiracy theory. There's another one to add to the list. I ain't adding jack shit to your crazy list. I don't care about your list. I'm telling you what I saw. Anything else is left for interpretation from whoever. I don't know. I know something went wrong. Something went wrong. And I said, well, it is what it is. He got away with it. It slipped through the cracks. Whatever he did wrong, he knows what he did wrong. Him and his maker know what they did wrong, what he did wrong. I just want Bomb Squad to answer that in the 3rd fight. And you know why I feel this way, fight fans? Because I'm an actual boxing fan. And I know about the history of boxing. And if I would sit here and get my and go crazy over one fight that someone allegedly cheated, do you know I can give you hundreds? Thousands. Muhammad Ali went through a whole round blind. You didn't hear him crying, did you? Did you? Did you? You know something went wrong in that fight with Sonny Liston, right? Or some of you don't know because he didn't talk about it much. He didn't go on a year rant about it. It happens. It's the fight game. It's boxing. It's what you signed up for. You're a multi-millionaire. You know what's in this fight game. You got played. You missed the ball. That's what it is. That's boxing. Bro, how many fighters have cheated throughout the halls of boxing and got away with it? You don't sit back 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months down the line, whenever, and keep going back to it. You move forward. And especially when you know you can get your get back. And that's where I'm at with it. I don't give a damn what Tyson Fury did. He might have did something. Sure, I don't deny that. A lot of things were suspect in that situation. I don't deny that. But I don't give a damn. That's the difference. I don't give a damn. I got JD sitting there looking like a Laffy Taffy. Right? I don't give a damn. Your team missed it. You missed it. You wanted to be Mr. Nice Guy Bomb Squad. You wanted to give a man 50-50. You wanted to give a man relevance. You wanted to be, because in the first fight, you was his friend to the end. Until he started currying you to your face. Until he started letting it be known how he really feel. But you wanted to be Mr. Nice Guy. You dropped the damn ball. So instead of coming out in this video and saying, you know what, and addressing what we all really care about, and that is the third fight. Can he get out of this or not? You go backwards and bring up crap, and you fog down this whole story again. And now we back in the fog again. We back in that nothingness again. We back in that chaos again. Remember the one that we seen young Pharaoh walking through the darkness in? We back there. Because you want to bring that crap up. And it's going to give it all the fuel that it needs. Instead of moving forward, instead of saying, you know what, I would have loved for Bomb Squad to came out and say, you know what, I don't know what Tyson Fury is talking about. I'm looking forward to facing him soon. We got a fight coming up, and that's all I know. And he did some things in the last fight. We ain't going to talk much about it. He know what he did. He got over. I'm looking forward to the third fight and knocking him out. He cannot get out of this fight, and this is the reason he's not going to be able to leave A, B, and C. That's what we wanted to hear, man. Not no goddamn gloves, water, suits, everything under the sun. Stop the crap fight, fans. Let's keep it 100. I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to keep saying it. The reason that Deontay Wilder lost was because he was a teddy bear. That's why he lost. You go back to the fight. You got Tyson Fury. You thought it was a joke. You got Tyson Fury huddled up with his brother right there. Kidding and shit. Give me a little nucky, a little wild little dude. But then when they look over there to Deontay Wilder, he's looking like he's on Valentine's Day at the presidential suite with his lady. And if you go back to that training camp, I kept my third eye on that the whole time. All accesses and all of the behind the scenes. It was always wifey right there. Wifey right there. What you been doing in the camp? You got no legs, right? Women weakens legs is the oldest rule in boxing. If y'all want to search for the answer, it's right in your face. When you coming out with these little videos and your music and your proverbs and your all this stuff, bro, drop that shit, bro. Like for real. Nobody don't want to hear that, man. We want to hear you telling us why Tyson Fury ain't going nowhere and what you and your team have done to prevent Tyson Fury from going anywhere. That's what we want to hear, man. We got bills and shit. We don't give a damn about your crying and whining about suits, water, and everything under the sun, bro. One of the problems that I always said with this argument also is another thing. This would have been the greatest heist known to boxing. This would have been the greatest heist known to boxing. You're talking commissions. You're talking trainers. I mean, you talking networks. This will run deep. This will be the biggest scandal that ever hit boxing ever. If the things that Wilder say are true. That's a hell of an operation, bro. From the suit to the water. From the suit to the water to the, what was the other one? To the egg weights. The egg weights now. It's the egg weights. This is the, bro, whoever put this thing together, I need to holler at you, man. I got some things I need to tell you. Because y'all putting together operations. Y'all putting together missions. Come holler at me. I mean, that was the slick 007. You know what I'm saying? That was the best operation I've ever seen. Miss me with it, bruh. You had wifey in that camp all times. You even caught yourself. I've even did the video. That's right. I did the video. I put your quotes out there when you say you do have sex in training camp and when you say that your team tell you to not do it, but you do it anyway because you don't feel like it affects you much. Oh, yeah, I remember you talking that way. And what I saw in that fight was a fighter who had no legs and was fighting like he just got finished getting it in. I'm being 100. That was a long card that night. You and wifey was backstage for a long time that night, waiting on y'all fight to start. I'm just saying, fam. Just not happy with the response, man. P. Noah says, facts, man. We just want the third fight. All day, all day, all day. Light Lit Up says, man, I have to say, Tyson have been caught in some suspect stuff before, and he is a drug addict. I can't trust this dude. The fight was suspicious, and I need answers. A third fight with more discretion is necessary. Absolutely. My thing is, man, look, a fighter is only going to get away with what you allow him to. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that Tyson Fury did or whatever should not have been picked up on prior. If JD's wouldn't have been in there laughing to all of the knock-knock jokes, oh, knock-knock, who's there? Boo. Boo who? You out, boy. You out. They back over there wrapping gloves, though. Where you at, Jay? You telling knock-knock jokes. Why they over there in the corner wrapping gloves? You gonna go over there and check them out? Oh, y'all wrapped the gloves? Y'all done? Let me just see real quick. Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You know, we do this 1,000 times. It's all good. Look, I'm gonna get on back over here and holler at Deontay Wilder. That's what it is, man. And that's what disappoints me. So, you know, anybody who want to run around and say, well, man, you know, you can't, you got to put yourself in, I ain't in none of these sides. I like Deontay Wilder. I like what he stand for. I like the fact that he got in the boxing to provide for his daughter. I like the fact that he wasn't the most skilled heavyweight and he still reached the mountaintop of boxing. I love those stories in the fight game. I do. And I rock with Bomb Squad. And I know what he's trying to do. He's just trying to take the people who eat up every little thing that he say and keep them in and keep them down. He making y'all work for it. The man ain't even been out here in months saying nothing. While the whole fan base is out here acting like some army and just going crazy about it. No, that's not how it works, bro. You a fighter. You an athlete. You know what I mean? We ain't out here to be eating up everything you say. I got respect for you, man. You know, but all of this extra stuff that he be doing, some people will be fooled by that. Don't get it twisted. Some of y'all gonna be diehard Wilder fans no matter what. The music will get to you. You may even shed a tear. A tear may hit the floor. Boop. You know what I'm saying? Fall in your food, whatever. Some of y'all gonna cry. I don't know. But a cat like me, I got bills and shit. I ain't got time for this, bro. When you fighting? When you fighting? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Jason Meeser says, Wilder did say that if Fury don't fight the trilogy, he will take it to the court. Facts. Okay, good. That's what we want to hear. Now, that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. How you are not going to allow Tyson Fury out of this situation. Now, we just did a video speaking about this a few days ago. And we exposed Bob Arum for what he said in the past. Not even 2 months ago. In which he said out of his own mouth, verbatim, what the contract calls for postponements with the S on the end. He's talking about when the first time they had to postpone it, allegedly because of, I think it was because of Wilder, and the second time was because of the COVID, and then this time basically is because of the network. So that's 3 postponements. That's, well, 2 for sure. That's 2 postponements. You said that the contract calls for postponements with the S. So I don't know how many you're talking, which means it could be more than 1 and maybe even more than 2. And also, Bob Arum told everyone we will be ingrates. Ingrates. I don't use that word, so forgive me if I don't know how to say it. We will be ingrates. We will be ingrates if we don't honor the Deontay Wilder contract. That's exactly what the man said out of his mouth. So what we supposed to think? There's really an expired rematch clause when the contract calls for postponements? And the WBC is saying we ain't been notified of nothing by now. So my thing is also, you're on record, as well as Frank Warren, as well as Tyson Fury, stating for months on back that this was the plan anyway, to try to get Tyson Fury a touch. Why? Because guess what? You need some money. Now, if you try to up and run towards Joshua, that means it's nothing but a money grab because you invested too much money into Tyson Fury and you got nothing back in return because he's just sitting around. But yet you look across the street and you got PBC putting on pay-per-views. You got Eddie Hearn doing pay-per-views and keeping you off Sky Sports. Everybody eating. But when is Bob going to eat? When is Frank going to eat? When is ESPN going to eat? They need Wilder to eat. Now you don't want to give us Wilder. Now y'all want to get away from Wilder. Funny, when Dillian White was the mandatory, y'all was preaching a totally different tune. There was no such thing as an expired contract. I got all these boxing fans running around here in unison talking about some the expired contract. Wilder sat back and let the expired contract to expire. How did Wilder sit back and let the contract expire when you got Bob Arum telling you that the contract calls for postponements? And he was even saying then, when he thought Dillian White was the mandatory, that we can take this all the way till February. These are the words of Bob Arum. Go back and look at the video. It's on the channel. Tyson Fury team exposed. Those were his words. But I got boxing fans by the multitudes in unison talking about it's an expired contract. But the Bob Arum told you if we want to go in another direction, we can. So when y'all tell me that Deontay Wilder let the contract expire, go back and listen to how Tyson Fury's team was talking when Dillian White was the mandatory. And you see maybe why Deontay Wilder thought, well, we got time. We all on the same page. I didn't cancel anything. Y'all ain't canceling anything. The networks canceled this one. So I would think the same way we worked it out in October and the same way we worked it out in December, well, we'll work it out again. Right? Maybe that's what Deontay Wilder was thinking because of the words of Bob Arum. Y'all ever think of that? Y'all ever think of that? Because I'm going to tell you straight like this, man. Don't let this work out where Team Wilder doesn't fight for this third fight, knowing what the language is. And don't let it come out. Please don't let it come out that Team Wilder allowed this contract to just float on down the river. Because after that part, I'm moving on. If that happens, I'm moving on. And I hate to see what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. I hate to see what that look like. March MB says, Mainman, Wilder is on live now and says, if you don't believe him, forget about future interviews. Oh, my goodness. Are you serious? Well, guess what? That don't apply to me. Wilder and any other fighter, let it ever all be known, I kiss none of your asses. Like I said before, cuzzo, I got bills and shit. You think I give a damn about an athlete telling me that I ain't going to score an interview? That's why I interview none of them. Y'all don't seem to get it. Mainman got pulled if he wants to get fighters on this channel. I choose not to because I kiss none of your asses. I have no allegiances. I have no alliances other than to my hometown fighters. And it's going to forever stay that way. For him to say that, bruh. For him to say that, bro, this won't be no kiss ass channel right here. Because I don't want your interview. I don't want to interview not one of you. Not one of you. Because I don't have time to be playing that game. Oh, you got to stay within the margins. Don't ask this. Don't ask that. Don't push too hard. I see Bill Haney running around making a mockery out of YouTube channels. You think that would ever be Mainman Mademan? Imagine that. Imagine that. If you don't believe me, don't ask me for an interview. Boy, these athletes funny. You know what I'm saying? They threw the gloves in the incinerator, says word of the day. You know what I'm saying? Jason Meeser says, but if someone did spike Wilder's water, that's the serious stuff. Wilder says he felt drugged. And what about the guy yelling in the crowd behind Mark Breland? Throw in the towel, Mark. He ain't right. Now, let's go to Mark Breland. Good point, fam. Now, this is why I differ. This is why Mainman is always in his own lane. Now, I'm with Wilder there. That don't change for me. I'm with Deontay Wilder on Mark Breland. We love Mark Breland. Mark Breland, everyone loves Mark Breland. No one has nothing bad to say about Mark Breland. You won't hear Mainman Mademan say nothing bad about Mark Breland. But guess what, Slim? I don't know Mark Breland. You don't know Mark Breland? You did. I know a rocket cast that people think are great dudes until you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? I know a lot of great dudes that you think are great dudes. Cats got bodies, all that. You know what I'm saying? Fact of the matter is, I like Mark Breland. I love for what he did for this country, and we will always respect Mark Breland for the things he's done in the ring. But I don't know Mark Breland. And it do seem suspect in the Mark Breland situation. I'm sorry. It just do. Funny, Deontay Wilder has never had the towel thrown in him after that Luis Ortiz situation where he went through, I thought it was over. No one thought about a towel. Yet, when I got a Crunk fighter, a Crunk gym fighter in front of me, you from the Crunk gym, Mark, I get a Crunk gym fighter in front of me, and you throwing in the towel against my word. Against my word. So regardless of what people say, it's Deontay Wilder got to fight this fight, man. Meaning he got to go into each and every fight with a trainer he don't trust. No, you don't trust Mark Breland, you got to let him go. You ain't got to talk trash about him or whatever like that, but if you don't trust him in your corner, you feel like he broke protocol, which he did, regardless if you agree or not, fight fans. The fact of the matter is Mark Breland bucked the balls and did what he wanted to do, regardless if we think it's the right thing or not. And if you are a boxer, a fighter like Deontay Wilder, who goes in big fights, you ain't got time to be letting that situation playing out. Is he snaking me again? Is he slipping something in my water? Whether Deontay Wilder believes it or not, that's on him. That's on him. I don't get wrapped up into all of that. Because guess what? Trainers come and trainers go. This year alone, we seen trainers and fighters go separate ways. It's water's wet and fire is hot. Mark Breland, we love you, bro, but your services are no longer needed. It is what it is. I mean, how much was Breland really doing with Wilder anyway? If y'all say he's a one-trick pony, how much is Breland really so instrumental if he's such a one-trick pony? I'm sorry, this is where I differ from people. And I ain't gonna have nobody who breaks my protocol in my corner. It don't work that way. Whether you agree with my call or not. I told you before this fight, don't throw that towel under any circumstances, whether I go out on my shield or not. Y'all, people out there were like, Mark Breland, he couldn't have lived with himself if something would have happened to Deontay Wilder. Yes, he could have, because that's Deontay Wilder's wishes. Those are his wishes. Those are his wishes. And Deontay Wilder, for whatever reason, he got something against, he knows more about the situation than we do. You don't know who he owe. You don't know who pockets he in. Fighters, I love a lot of our favorite fighters. The worst thing, I always tell y'all, the worst thing you can do with the people you admire or the people you look up to, the worst thing you can do is meet them. Because you'll start learning things about them that you never wanted to know. That's the worst thing you can do with your hero, is meet them. So my thing is, in Deontay Wilder's case, it's his call. If he don't feel comfortable with Breland back there, it is what it is. Breland got to go. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Wilder looked different. He did not have the same energy. It was strange. It's because he had wifey up under him the whole time. Why we just throw that idea away like it ain't real? Dog, civilizations have failed because of things like this. You know what I mean? Why do we act like that can't be a realistic possibility? Ask yourself this. What would a fighter look like if he just got it in, had sex or whatever with whoever, and he about to have a fight? What do you think he would look like? I'll tell you exactly what he looks like. He looks just like Deontay Wilder. No legs, lethargic energy, can't figure it out, can't dig deep. That's a sign of a man who just had a great time. Makes sense to me. I don't believe all the rest of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, DGO in the building. What's up, fam? I see you. Like Lit Up says, man, I agree with you, man. Deontay was too busy being Mr. Nice Guy when nobody else would do that for him all day. Instead of being Mr. Nice Guy, he should have been on Fury's neck the whole time. Not trying to be. I know what he tried to do. I think what it was is that the Fury fight had to be sold. Fury had to be built in a way. And so when he got here, it was like, I understand the plight of the gypsies. He was, Deontay Wilder was like, I can relate to him with that. And in the beginning, it was like, I can relate to his depression and him bringing himself back. Like, he was selling Tyson Fury. He was really selling the hell out of Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was just getting his stuff together. I mean, he sold him. playing nice. Instead of saying, I'm going to crush this dude, he a dope fiend, he backed away from Klitschko, and I'm going to show him what it's like on this top flow. He think he going to come to America and be a star. I'm whooping his ass, and I'm kicking him back to his country. He should have been like that from day one all the way to the very last day. Not be a friend. It cost you. It cost you. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. That's why we kick it with your champ, Realest Boxing Channel. Thank you, family. You already know, man. That's how we got to do. We got to stick together in this as fans because we the paying customers. We got the power. I'm not going to be having these athletes who making millions upon millions of dollars, you know, want to keep us on the string, keep us stupid. Nah, bro. It don't work like that. We think for ourselves over here. We think for ourselves. We look at it with the rubber meets the road, period. And right now, Deontay Wilder, things are looking suspect from you, bro. They're looking really suspect. I don't like this talk. Erase it, bro. Don't use it. If it's something that you're using to sell a fight, then hopefully that's what it is. If it's something that's going to kick up dust just so we can get that third fight, fine. I can live with that. But don't let this kick up dust and we don't get no fight. Because that's when question. We got to know what's up, bro. Why'd you wait so long? Why did you wait so late? What is the issue? Tell us. Do you have a case? Can they leave? Why did you wait this late? So, as for now, I'm rocking with Bomb Squad. Still very disappointed about the video. You can be both at the same damn time. And don't let nobody on this damn YouTube tell you different. You can be disappointed in Deontay Wilder and still like him at the same damn time. You ain't got a homie that you ever been disappointed in? But guess what? I ain't turning my back on you. I'm disappointed. And this was a blow to guys like me who like you, man. We just want to see you redeem yourself. We don't care about what happened. This is boxing. And we know what the sport is. I mean, you know how many stories of spiked water or messed up gloves or spiked food or, I mean, do you know shoes being messed up? People taking equipment from you on the day of the fight. You looking for your, man, do you know how much stuff, how much gamesmanship is played prior to a fight? See, while JD's is being a Laffy Taffy, and while Bomb Squad was being a nice guy, Tyson Fury was playing the game. And I can't be mad at that. Because if I was a fighter, Lord knows I would play the game. I'd be living in as many heads as I could rent-free prior to a fight, doing whatever I could to make you think I'm your friend, deceive you in a way or another. Took that draw winning and cashed in. Big fight deal from ESPN, the biggest sports broadcaster in the world, on Deontay Wilder's back. Then turned around, they say he cheated Deontay Wilder, right? Okay, fine. He cheated. Let's say I rock with that. He cheated Deontay Wilder. The Wilder team sitting back, goo goo gaga, allowed it. And you got played, bro. You got played. As simple as that. You can save face. You can't say, look, I'm that homie that you can come talk to when everybody dip. When everybody dip, and you can come and tell me, bro, I got played, man. Hey, you got played. You tell them where, you tell the world everything else. You got played, bro. It's as simple as that. But you got to be on redemption. You got to redeem yourself. You can redeem yourself. It's not too late. But talking about that crap, all that's going to do is make cats like me who've been in your corner from day one start looking at things just a little different. You feel me? And I don't even want to do that, man. I don't even want to do that. Man, real spill, man. Real spill. Off topic, did Tank knockout remind you of the White versus Povetkin knockout? Facts. I thought about that. Wasn't it the same punch? Left uppercut. And it was the same punch. And it was Povetkin working that left hand downstairs that made White drop them hands and right up top. Same punch. All Yugen. A left hand, all Yugen. Beautiful punch by Gervonta Tank Davis. Proud of the kid, man. Really am. Hopefully he made a lot of y'all a believer out there. You know what I mean? You can hate him all you want. You can say he's this. You can say he's that. He still got some more boxes to check, fam. And that main box is beating an elite 135-pounder. And that should shut up every single critic from here on down. But that criticism still goes on, unfortunately. People say, oh, Leo is the... Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to get everybody's, he's not going to get props from everybody, just from with Leo. But I guarantee you, the day he beats an elite 35-pounder, the day that whether it's Teofimo, whether it's Devin, you know what I mean? Who else is up there? Whether it's someone elite. Ryan got, not even so much Ryan. I don't think Ryan is there. Ryan hits bags and bags don't hit back. So I don't know if it's Ryan. But at least a Teofimo, a Vasil Lomachenko, a Devin Haney, he gets something of that caliber under his belt, and this kid is there. He is the man. He is the man. I'm out of here, fam. That's my time, man. Much love to y'all, man. We got a good week of fights, subjects coming up this week. Looking forward to it, you know what I'm saying? This is the show today, man. I appreciate everybody out there. Y'all know we do this on Thursdays and Sundays. We talking boxing, man. Thursdays and Sundays, man. Let me just say before I get out of here, man, look. Anybody gonna walk away from this live stream saying, oh, man, don't rock with Bomb Squad, you a lie. You a lie. So let it be known. I'm questioning things. I am critical. And I am a little disappointed. I'm very disappointed. But I'm still here. And he has time to correct this. Now, I would hope that he doesn't continue down this road to isolate cats like myself. Because I don't want that. You know what I mean? But hopefully, he realizes, you know what? Screw this talk. Let's talk about the third fight and nothing more and nothing less. And I'm right here with you, fam. All day. Much love to y'all, man. I'm out of here, man. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. Rock the bells. I repeat, rock the bells. Be careful out there, fight fans, man. They talking about these COVID numbers going back up, man. UK, I heard they about to put y'all on lock. I think y'all already on lockdown for another month. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, y'all be careful out there, man. Everybody, be careful, man. Protect yourselves. Protect your family, man, at all times, all day. Much love to you all, man. And I catch up with y'all on the next one, man. And until the next one, rock the bells, man. And until the next one, peace out.